Hi, I'm Hub Arkin from Pro Football Weekly, and now we've got this week's edition of Exploit and Avoid in your Fantasy Football League. As always, when we talk fantasy football here at PFW, we welcome in our senior editor and fantasy expert, Mike Wilkening. And Mike, let's start at the running back position. Anybody you might want to exploit, be sure you have him in your lineup this week.
Michael Turner of the Falcons looks like a must-start to me this week. The Saints are terrible versus the run, allowing more than 5 yards per carry. They really struggled in that regard Monday night. They've struggled all season against the run, so I think you get him in the lineup. SHONN GREENE of the Jets is another guy that jumps out to me. The Seahawks defense on paper looks great. 2 of the last 3 games, though, they've had real problems against the run, against San Francisco, Minnesota last week. More than 240 yards allowed rushing. I think GREENE is a guy you can get into lineups this week.
Well, and GREENE is on my roster, and after the first 3 weeks I benched him, but the last couple weeks I've had him playing, he's been very productive. Now, there are some matchups you want to avoid, if at all possible. Let's take a look in there.
Well, I think when you look at the Jets, you start GREENE, and with the passing game, you sit those players. You sit a Dustin Keller, Jeremy Curley, Stephen Hill, Mark Sanchez. You don't want to start those guys this week. The Seahawks are very good versus the pass, only allow 1 passing touchdown per game. And I think you could take a similar tack with the Rams, and in fact, all of their skill position players. I know Danny Amendola likely coming back this week. Steven Jackson's a guy a lot of folks look as a must-start type of guy. Look, this is a San Francisco defense who's been great. No touchdowns allowed in 4 of their last 5 games. You've got to take the stance that you don't want to start these guys and have, less scoring than you'd like in those positions.
All right, folks, just a few tips for you on some matchups you might want to exploit or avoid this week in your Fantasy Football League. For the very best in fantasy football information, as well as all the news, scoops, and rumors around the NFL before they even happen, make sure you stay at ProFootballWeekly.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.